Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to your church. So glad to have you here. We're having a little bit of a different format today. A little bit of a different kind of communication with you. We have now a lapel mic for Reverend Nancy. And every time I stand up now, I'm going to have to pick up a mic. And so you'll see that that's a difference. And we still have a monitor up here. So if you want to get a more volume to you, you can sit up here and it'd be great. Anyway, I'm glad to be back. I was away on vacation and had a wonderful time in Canada. And I'm back here to get into the unity spirit. So we're going to sing the song that we love to sing because it's a great unity understanding song that we know as we believe in God, all things are possible. All things are possible. All things are possible. All things are possible. He said it in his word. All things are possible. All things are possible. All things are possible to them that love the Lord. Yet God, any mountain standing in your way, you can't get around it no matter how you pray. He promised us his power, so if you're worried, never mind. You might have to move that mountain one shovel at a time. All things are possible. All things are possible. All things are possible. He said it in his word. All things are possible. All things are possible. All things are possible to them that love the Lord. And now we will have the reading of our daily word. We don't have a church bell, so I thought it was good.
You might know it would be something new with me because I'll screw it up. Yesterday, the word of the day was free, and I loved it. I read it several times, so if you missed it yesterday, please go back and read it. Today, it's generous, which is equally good. As I give, I share God's abundance. The limitless resources of the infinite spirit flow through my loving heart and clear mind as a never-ending supply of divine ideas. I always have all that I need to live abundantly, and I share my abundance with others joyfully and freely. I give generously of my resources, talents, and skills, happy to support those I care about. I am generous with praise, gratitude, and encouragement. I give generously of my time. I have a good friend, a devoted family member, and a compassionate listener. Whenever I give without thought of reciprocation, I center myself in divine flow. I am a grateful, trusting recipient of the Spirit's unfailing generosity and a conduit through which all of God's blessings flow. And now from Proverbs 11:25, a generous person will be enriched, and one who gives water will get water.
Water that scares into this.
Well, thank you very much. I am convinced. For our first hymn, would you please turn to 169? 169. Please stand and we will sing The Bread That Giveth Strength. This is about this relates to our lesson today about chakras, that we have strength. And it all comes from that Spirit of God that's within us all.
Okay, here, oh, yeah, you can hear me now. You can hear me now. All righty, well, thank you, Isaac, Rachel, and everyone else. It's a joy to be here, and as Susan mentioned, we're going to have just a few little changes in our order of service today. Maybe we'll have a glitch or two, but who knows? We love each other. We are here to hear the words of Spirit, and all right. Oh, that sounds better. That sounds better. So anyway, just a very, very brief message regarding our Wednesday class. We're into a new book, the Book of Love. Truth. Book of Truth by Paul Selig. For those of you who wonder about him or may have heard a few, may have heard him doing a few
fabric
readings.
keeps touching that.
Okay. Shall I just go to the microphone?
No.
Okay. Boy, are we ever having a different service today?
Yeah.
But anyway, so you're invited to come join us if you'd like. We're here from 10 till 11:38. It's a great book, and we've just started it, so join us if you'd like. I cannot think of any other announcements that we have for right now, so let's just move ahead and get into our foundation statement. And just center into this time, this place, this experience. And as we do, I would invite you to take a nice deep breath. Allow yourself to center into this time, this place, this experience. Perhaps take a nice deep breath as you allow yourself to become more centered. And this week, as always, we will be taking our words of foundation statement. As always, I will speak them through twice. And then to the degree that you feel led, you are invited to please join with me as they are spoken a third time. But for right now, just allow yourself to, once again, become relaxed. To just sense that activity of spirit in you, through you, and all around you. Our words of foundation statement are, there is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life. God, the good, omnipotent.
And as you think of those words and as you open your heart and your mind, I know that you are aware of the activity of Spirit moving in and through you right now. As you open your heart and your mind to this wonderful experience of knowing that the whole Spirit of God moves in and through you, you are empowered, you are enlightened. And so the words, once again, there is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, God, the good, omnipotent. During this time, we choose to focus on those words of truth. Once again, we allow that activity of God to be a real thing in our life. We know that we are empowered. We know that we are beloved children of God. And so we just take those words very personally. One presence, one power, God, the good, in every area of life, all the time. And so, dear friend, to the degree that you feel led, I would invite you to join with me as we speak these empowering words together. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life. God, the good, omnipotent. And in just a few moments, Susan will lead us in the singing of our Lord's Prayer. And as you move ahead and speak these words or sing along with her or just pray silently within yourself, know that this very sacred time of prayer is your time to commune with the Lord of your being.
Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And leave us not in temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory those words of our Father who art in heaven, we know that we are with our Father at all times. And as it should be done in heaven, as it is done in heaven, it is done here. And as we commune with our Father, we know that thy will be done. We listen. We learn. We give our requests, and we connect. In the silence, there is a sacred place, a is paved in gold, and all your dreams unfold. Love is there, truth is there, peace is there, God is there. And so then, into the silence, we would enter now. Once again, I would invite you to allow yourself to become comfortable in the chair you have chosen. To do your part to calm the busyness that may be going on in your mind right now. To perhaps take a nice, deep, cleansing breath. To allow yourself to settle into this very, very sacred and special time of guided meditation. Oftentimes we take the thought, I relax, and let go and let God. And that would probably be a wonderful centering thought for you to take right now. I relax, release, and let God. And just allow yourself to be comforted by these words of just turning all things over to that one presence and one power that lives in you, through you, as you. Once again, allow your mind to become still and open, obedient, and receptive to the guidance that comes to you, through you, for you during this sacred time. Allow yourself to sense the energy that surrounds you, that fills you with renewed life. Allow yourself to call to mind your own prayer life, those dear ones for whom you would pray, and just release self and them into this healing light of spirit. Visualize that healing light, that healing energy moving in and through self and in and through those for whom you pray. Should there be a need for physical healing for self or others, see them right now as God sees them, whole, well, and free, open and receptive to the greater good, which is there right now, simply awaiting their openness and willingness to be healed, to be lifted up. And as you sense this
healing, holding energy, I would invite you to perhaps just go a little deeper in consciousness. To a place where you know, without a doubt, that all that is required is to simply ask, and you will receive. I would invite you now to spend just a few moments in the quiet as you simply let go and let God, knowing that God is touching into each and every area of your life and of the life of those for whom you pray. In the quiet, just simply listen and let the healing, holy work be done. In the quiet, in the quiet. And ever so peacefully now, allow your attention to return to this time and to this place, giving joyous thanks for these moments in the quiet, these moments of communion, these moments of healing. Allow gratitude to fill your heart. And as you do, allow yourself to either speak aloud with me or whisper these words within inside of yourself. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. And so it is.
And as we talk, as Reverend Nancy is going to be talking about chakras, we know that basically just as the nerves in our body control the physical power within us, the power of the chakras comes from the Spirit of God manifesting itself in different ways, in different parts, and giving us power that we wouldn't otherwise have. And from the book of Romans, those who are led by the Spirit of God are the sons of God. And this Spirit bears witness to our spirit that we are the children of God. For what man knows the mind of man, save the spirit of man which is in him? Even so, no one knows the mind of God except the Spirit of God. Now we have received the Spirit of God, but the Spirit is from God, that we may understand the gifts that are given to us by God. For the things which we discuss are not dependent on the knowledge of words and man's wisdom, but on the teachings of the Spirit. thus explaining spiritual things to the spiritually minded. And this next song is about the love chakra. Lord, I come to you. Let my heart be changed, renewed, flowing from the grace that I found in you. Lord, I've come to know the weaknesses I see in me will all be stripped away. Oh, by the power of your love. Hold me close, let your love surround me. Bring me near, draw me to your side. And as I wait, I'll rise up like the eagles, and I will soar with you. Your spirit leads me on in the power of your love. Lord, unveil my eyes, let me see you face to face, the knowledge of your love as you live in me. Lord, renew my mind as your will unfolds in my life, in living every day. Hey, by the power of your love. Hold me close, let your love surround me. Bring me near, draw me to your side. And as I wait, I'll rise up like eagles, and I will soar with you. Your spirit leads me on in the power of your love. Hold me close, let your love surround me. Bring me near, draw me to your side. And as I wait, I'll rise up like eagles, and I will soar with you. Your spirit leads me on in the power of your love. And I will soar with you. Your spirit leads me on in the power of your love. And I will soar with you. Your spirit leads me on in the power of your love.
does take a village. It does take a village. Well, here we are, and I'm going to be talking about a subject which I don't really know all that much about, but I have been researching and finding out something to talk to you about so that I knew a little more, and I kind of want to open this talk by saying there are probably many of you out there that know a lot more than I do about chakras, and one gal that I know knows a whole lot. And if we don't cover it in what we talk about today, check with Rachel. She seems to know a heck of a lot about chakras. And, you know, I find myself wishing I don't know, had like all day to talk to you, because talking about the chakras is sort of like talking about the 12 powers. They're one of those things that I can certainly get very passionate about and want to go on and on. And what I promise you I won't do is, several people came to me and said, well, we all know you love the 12 powers, but you never did get around to talking about them. Well, this time we're going to talk about the different chakras and right off. And if you're anything like me, and once again, these are all things that I researched and kind of put together and tried to make sense for each of us, as I touch on each chakra, I will be talking about when our chakras are in balance or when they're not in balance. And if you're anything like me, when you hear those, you think, oh, holy crow, do I ever need to go have my chakras balanced? But I want to tell you right off, all of this, whether they're balanced and spinning the way they should, or whether they're just kind of a little off balance, not to worry. This whole process is what happens during what we call soul growth. That's what we should all be about. That I know that's what we are all about, or we wouldn't bother to come together on Sundays to just sort of, pick up each other's spirits, to empower each other, and to move ahead with this this whole activity of soul growth and being open to spirit. So, is there anybody out there who's never heard the word chakra before? No, I knew there really wasn't, but I had to ask the question because, not that I really know what I was going to do if anybody said, I've never heard the word chakra before. But I thought, there could be someone that this is totally new to. But I know we have a few yogas here, and yoga is the best place, I think, to learn about chakras and all that's attached to them. And yoga is one of the best way of getting imbalanced chakras back into balance. There's many different techniques we can use, but the chakra system goes along with the whole series that I started several weeks ago and have strayed from a little bit, powering up your soul's purpose, powering up your soul's purpose. This is another technique that we can use. It has been around a long, long time. Chakra itself is a Sanskrit word, I believe the oldest language on earth. Chakras were first written about 1,000 to 1,500 years BC. When Charles Fillmore studied them and read about them, and then as a result had the 12 powers revealed through him, he was trying to put the information that he was learning through this chakra system into the words of Christianity of his day. He immediately recognized the importance of working with this system and working too with the 12 powers. So, like I said, there are probably many of you who know much more about the chakras than I do, but I am going to just start with these chakras. And as I was thinking about them and talking about them, it is said by people who know much more about chakras that there are really 114 chakras. From other material I've read, I think there are more than that. But what I am going to really talk about are the 7 chakras that most of us that talk about chakras are talking about. It's very easy. They're very easy. They're very easy to work with. And they go right up the spine, starting with the root chakra in the area of the tailbone, right down here. Some people say it's even outside of the body, the lower part of the body, and then bringing that energy, knowledge of that energy, to the crown chakra. So that's what we're going to do. And I found myself thinking in the midst of it, well then, gee, I would be standing with my back to the people if I was trying to pinpoint the spots on the spine. And I thought, no. Everyone can visualize the spine. We all have one. We all know how important that the spine is, that everything be working properly. So we're just going to go up the front of the body, touch on each chakra, and like I said, I'll be sharing some of what it's like when that spinning wheel, and that's what, in the history of chakras, when it was being written about, being in Sanskrit, chakra literally means spinning wheel. And that's how these chakras are explained, as little spinning wheels of energy that are going on within us all the time. Like the 12 powers, it's not something that we have to earn. They are already there. They are already there. And to the degree that we focus on them and we focus on just what part they are playing in our life is enhanced. We are powering up our soul's purpose. Our soul's purpose, and just for this reason, for this time of service, we'll say is really to be the very best we can be. To be the very best spiritual being that we can be. And why would we want to do that? Because as we show up in our world, aware of our own spirituality and being able to share that sense of spirituality with our world, we are doing what? We are affecting, we are changing race consciousness. We do this work to better ourselves spiritually, so that we can bring it into our world. So let's see if there's anything I wanted to say about the history of chakras that I didn't. They were first mentioned in the Vedas, ancient sacred scripts of spiritual knowledge, dating way, way back. So we're going to start, and I've named this talk Chakra 101, because that's really what it is. It's a crash course in chakra. And you may know all of this, but it's good, I believe, to call our attention back to it, to just allow ourselves to be open to this particular system. I know our yogis have worked with their chakra system. Does anybody else who doesn't go to yoga do anything to enhance their chakras?
Yeah, of course.
Good. Okay. So there's a lot of things we can do, but I'm going to talk about first the chakras. The first one we're going to talk about is the root chakra, and it's that one that's way down here at the very end of our spine. Some say it's right at the tailbone. Some people say it's actually outside of the physical body. It's located at the base of the spine, the tailbone area, and the color, each, just like the 12 powers Fillmore brought through, each of the chakras has a color that is associated with them. The color associated with the root chakra is red. And the meaning of the root chakra has everything to do with physical identity, stability, and grounding. We all know there are several things we can do to help us ground ourselves. We can walk in the sand, we can walk barefoot on the ground, and we are grounding to that earth energy because everything is one. A blocked root chakra can manifest as physical issues like, now don't panic everybody, just remember this is something that may happen sometime in your life. And I'm going to give you the reason that this often happens. Physical issues like arthritis, constipation, and bladder or colon problems. Or emotionally, through feeling insecure about finances or our basic needs and well-being. When it is aligned and open, we feel grounded and secure, both physically and emotionally. It's the base on which we stand. Our root chakra really needs to be balanced as often as we can do that, because like any foundation, a foundation of a home, a foundation of a building, if it starts to crumble, well, everything else goes right with it. So we want to be aware of this root chakra. We want to pay attention. Many people wear red underwear to just bring their attention to that building of stability, our root chakra. Then we move up here to the area of our, well, it's really our stomach. It's really our abdomen. Just below the belly button is our sacral chakra. Our sacral chakra has everything to do with our enjoyment of life, our sense of self-worth, our spirituality, our sexuality. A combination of, it's a spinning wheel that needs to be nurtured. The associated color with it is orange. And issues with this chakra can be seen via problems with the associated organs, like urinary tract infections, lower back pain. Emotionally, this chakra is connected to our feelings of self-worth. And even more specifically, our self-worth around pleasure, sexuality, and creativity. So we're moving on up the spine there. When we get to the solar plexus chakra, everybody know where your solar plexus is? It's where you feel that gut feeling. It's where you feel that clenching of like, ugh, when you're walking into a situation perhaps that you don't want to be in. Or you're walking into a different situation, a new situation, and it's like, I'm a little nervous here, and you feel like a clutching there. The upper abdominal area in the stomach area. The associated color with the solar plexus chakra is yellow. And it has everything to do with self-esteem and confidence. Blockages in this chakra are often experienced through digestive issues like ulcers, heartburn, eating disorders, and indigestion. You don't need a tongue for the tummy. You need a growing awareness of, oh, perhaps this chakra is out of balance. It's the chakra of our personal power. This means it relates to our self-esteem and self-confidence. We go up a little higher to the middle of the chest, to our heart chakra. Susan sang a beautiful song relating to that heart chakra. The location is in the middle of the chest, just behind the heart. The area that some people refer to, of course, as the heart center. The associated color is green. Blocks in our heart chakra can manifest in our physical health through heart problems, asthma, and weight issues. But blocks are often seen even more through people's actions. That's blocks in this heart center. People with heart chakra blocks often put others first to their own detriment. I know I've known a few people like that, and it's such a sad thing to see. And it could so easily be addressed through any of the many methods which help to balance out that heart chakra, or any of the chakras. It's the middle of the chakra, so it bridges the gap between our upper and lower chakras, and it also represents our ability to love and to connect to others. When out of alignment, it can make us feel lonely, insecure, and isolated. Then we move up just a bit more to the throat chakra, to the area of the throat. The associated color is blue, and the meaning is communication. As one would expect, this chakra is connected to our ability to communicate verbally. Voice and throat problems, as well as any problems with anything surrounding that area, such as teeth, gums, and mouth, can indicate a blockage. Blocks or misalignment can also be seen through dominating conversations, gossiping, speaking without thinking, and having trouble speaking your mind. When in alignment, you will speak and listen with compassion and feel confident when you speak because you know you are being true to yourself. From this area, we're going to move up to our brow, the third eye chakra. Many of us who have done psychic work really feel that we know that, we understand that. We know that that is the chakra center, the center in our body where we get intuition, where we get psychic impressions, where, well, we get intuition. Since this chakra is physically located in the head, blockages can manifest as headaches, issues with sight or concentration, and hearing problems. People who have trouble listening to reality, people that seem to know it all, or who are not in touch with their intuition may also have a block. When open and in alignment, it's thought that people will follow their intuition and be able to see the big picture. Intuition is always flowing into us, but do we always follow through on it? One thing we might like to address, we might like to look at, why don't I trust my intuition? Why am I reluctant to move ahead on that intuition that I receive? Well, perhaps there's a little imbalance there in that chakra. And finally, we go to the very top of the head, the crown chakra. Its color is violet or white. Oh, the color of the previous chakra is indigo. And someone said to me, what color is indigo? Well, I see it as a very dark blue, almost purple. And we can just picture that as we spend some time there with our intuition faculty, chakra. But anyway, now moving on to the crown, it's at the very top of the head. It's violet or white. Its meaning is awareness and intelligence. The crown chakra is linked to every other chakra, and therefore every organ in the system. And so it affects not just all of those organs, but also our brain and nervous system. It is considered the chakra of enlightenment and represents our connection to our life's purpose and spirituality. Those with a blocked crown chakra may seem narrow-minded, skeptical, or stubborn. When the chakra is open, it is thought to help keep all the other chakras open and to bring that person bliss and enlightenment. So really, although everything I have seen starts with the root chakra, which is that foundation, brings us up the spine to the crown chakra, to the very top of our heads, I wonder sometimes if we should pay a bit more attention to our crown chakra and just what is going on spiritually with us. And I don't know, but it seems to me that if these spinning wheels, which are our chakras, are kept open, and we are open and receptive to doing that work, if our life would not be more spiritual in nature, do a little more hanging out, I would suggest, at the crown chakra area. Keep those wheels spinning, keep them aligned, and yes, of course, be aware of the root chakra, the sacral chakra, and all the other chakras. Years ago, I worked for a chiropractor who firmly believed that if our atlas, or the very top of our spine, this right up here, was aligned properly, that absolutely everything else in our spine would fall into place. And I could not help but relate that to this crown chakra. If this is in order, if we've been true to our spiritual work, everything else has to fall into place. Now, as I mentioned, oftentimes when we hear what the chakra is when it's imbalanced, what it does when it's imbalanced, and what it does or can cause to happen to our physical body when there is an imbalance there, is simply a moving away from divine love. When we come together on Sundays, it's divine love and that whole Spirit of God moving in and through us that we talk about, that we think about. And so as we work with these chakras, and once again, as I mentioned in the beginning, and we see that sometimes there may be an imbalance, it is simply because we have moved away from that which at the core of our being is the most important thing to us. Because you see, these chakras that are already there and already in place, they know, they are aware of our soul's purpose. And as we go through the hoops and things that we do to attain this wonderful gift called soul growth, we are dealing with the different things that are happening in our life. And so what I feel is one of the most important things that we can do is not shame ourselves or feel guilty that we're not really bringing that chakra into balance or keeping up our meditation practice with those other spiritual practices that we have. Rather, pull ourselves back to that point where, at the risk of saying it once again, we know who and whose we are. This has been a very, very short course in chakras. We can use so many things to bring these chakras back into balance. There is so much information out there about them that if you find yourself with a big feeling a big question mark right now. And if you want to know more, speak to people who you know understand these chakra systems. Ask Mr. Google, Dr. Google. He will be delighted to share all the information that's known about these chakras. So in the meantime, I'm just going to leave you with this and hope that something that you heard sparked an interest in you. And who knows, maybe we'll talk more about it some other time. But for now, to quote a wonderful spiritualist friend of mine, I love you and I'll leave you. Namaste.
Well, thank you, Reverend Nancy.
You're welcome.
I'm an expert.
I know you are.
It just happened. I came knowing nothing. But anyway, sometimes, as Reverend Nancy will tell you, your intuition serves as your teacher, and it sometimes comes instantly. And so we'll hope that all happens for you, that you'll instantly understand chakras. Our next hymn, if you would turn to it, is number 243. Please stand, and we'll sing I Would Be True.
To share your love offerings and tithes with this ministry. Together, let us repeat our words of love offering blessing. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God.
Well, as we know, the chakras have power to help us, to heal us, to give us wisdom. And that's God working through us and with us to make our lives richer. There is someone to help you whenever there's gloom and despair. There is someone to help you, so you won't have a worry or care. Like others who find peace of mind, You can find it too, for there is someone to help you with everything that you do. Oh, there is someone to help you, and with God's help, that someone is you. There is someone to help you. Whenever you think there's gloom and despair, there is someone to help you, so you won't have a worry or care. Like others who find peace of mind, you can find it too, for there is someone to help you with everything that you do, for there is someone to help you, and with God's help, that someone is you.
Now we'll just take a few more moments to give joyous thanks for these gifts which have been lovingly received. As always, we know God blesses the gift, we know God blesses the giver. And we see these gifts going forth in and under the guidance of this ministry to do their perfect work. And so we simply say, thank you, God. Amen. Now let's come together for our peace song. We'll sing happy birthday. It's our Isaac's birthday.
Sir Isaac.
And then we'll close with prayer.
Wonderful. 38 years young. Wow.
Oh, to be there again.
Okay, so just continuing in love, and we do love you, Isaac. We go forward from this time of service knowing this truth. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God